Welcome to our highlight on Ilka Mara Po, the creative force behind Candles by Ilka, renowned for blending luxury with storytelling through scent. This brand stands out for its dedication to sustainability and the unique hand-poured craftsmanship of each candle, encapsulated in distinct ceramic jars. Recently showcased at the Perfume Culture Festival in Hong Kong in February, Ilka's work embodies a fusion of passion for fragrance and eco-conscious innovation. Dive into this brief exploration with us as Ilka reveals the inspiration and sustainable ethos behind Candles by Ilka, a brand where each candle's glow tells a captivating story. Hello, Ilka. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so can you tell us about you, your brand, and how you started in the fragrance industry?
So, about myself, I'm 30 years old. I used to work in a corporate job. My dad told me that I need to work for someone, need to learn from other people, I guess like really have a background in the corporate or in the working life before I start my own things. I already started playing with fragrances back in college. So I had a passion project with my sister. We thought of making breast milk soap actually. Yun yung first product namin na we launched. With that, so I started creating fragrances for the soap. Unfortunately, it didn't super take off because I guess it's kind of weird, diba, to sell breast milk. You don't know where it came from. Eventually, we started making bath salts, candles, whipped body butter. Tapos, yung candles talaga yung nag-take off once we launched it. And then, that's where I saw the potential of my creation because during that time, I was really more on the creative side, and then my sister was doing more of the more on the packaging and the design of the product. Our clients back then really liked the candle, and that's the one that really took off. So that's when I started creating more fragrances for it. So I used to work for a stereo company. I was with them for about a year and a half, and then the pandemic hit. And then that's when I realized that instead of working for someone, why not build something for myself? So there, I decided to quit my day job. Eventually started my brand named Ilka. I really built it in a way that it reflects my personality. So even like the color palette is basically my wardrobe, or it's the only colors that I wear. The minimalistic approach to the branding is kind of the way I want to live my life. I'm not yet in the super minimalistic type of lifestyle, but I want to do practices and like gear towards living a life like that. So if you notice my branding or my packaging, it's not loud, it's not messy. I want to keep it simple, but also something that you'd still notice. Values also, and like how I sell my products or create my fragrances, basically the whole supply chain from supplier to me, the creator, and then the client. I was really keen on highlighting sustainability because back in high school, I was already part of a club called 21st Agenda. That's where I was able to learn or maybe like get interested in sustainability, environmental factors, stuff like that. And I think during the pandemic, it was such a trend. I don't want to say trend kasi gusto ko forever siya.
Yeah.
Pero yun, parang nag-boom talaga yung sustainability aspect of a product, especially during the pandemic. So I thought it would really be a good time to introduce something different, something that helps the environment, because I really want to tap on the consumer behavior and how people should realize that whatever they buy for their household has an impact to their
Right.
environment.
Right.
My products, they're made with ceramic jars, so they're also locally sourced to minus the carbon footprint for importation and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And even the fragrance card itself, it's made with seed paper. So after the fragrance, yung scent, alam mo na siya, you can plant it and it turns into spinach.
Right.
And
Right.
then
That's cute.
after, thank you. Yeah, so even the packaging or the box of the candle, I didn't opt to use boxes like
Mhm.
other brands, because of course yung box tatapon lang nila.
Yeah.
So I actually opted to use canvas pouches. So
Right.
something like this.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
exactly
so
what I was trying to do with our diffusers and candles for Scentful Living.
oh,
Kasi nga, di ba, parang it's sayang. At least this one, they can reuse it for something
you
else.
reuse, yeah. So yun, like the clients, they appreciate it because they put their charger,
Mhm.
they put makeup,
Makeup,
or
yeah. I use it for
other
travel all the time.
random stuff.
Yeah.
Yun. So I think the clients had a really good parang response to
Yeah.
what I was trying to build. And I also introduced the refill system. So
Mhm.
actually back in when I was in college, meron ng refill system. Pero kasi I think I was putting it in glass.
Right.
So parang it's not so appealing. Not appealing. Parang you don't want to refill it again because it's just glass.
Right.
Parang I guess for a normal person, like pwede na siyang itapon after.
Yeah.
Diba? So yun, that's why I also opted for ceramic jars para the client will want to keep the jar.
Mhm.
Like,
It's more decorative that way also.
yeah, so parang you would rather keep something like this than a normal glass jar, right?
Correct, correct.
So the response with that also was super good, because a lot of them were refilling their candles, and the beauty of it also is you can try other fragrances
Mm.
with your refill. Like it doesn't necessarily have to mean na you bought, let's say, bergamot scent, yun na yung forever bibilin mo.
Yeah, yeah.
So they really appreciated it.
Can you
What was
expound
the
more
last
on the whole refill process? Like, do they send it back to you, or do you send them something that they can use to refill their jar?
Okay. So the refill system, how I did it was, since it's all ceramic jars, it's all handmade.
Right.
The jars, the circumference, they're not really exact.
Yeah.
So if I create it in a mold, or if I use a different jar to mold the candle, it may not go
Fit,
back
right?
inside. It
Yeah.
may not fit your actual
Right.
jar that you have. So with the refill system, what I did is they send back the jars.
Right.
Recently I partnered with Frankie's, so
Yeah.
you can also drop it off there.
Oh, okay.
Pero usually nangyayari is they send it back to me. And then so I have a refill batch every month kasi. So at the third week, usually at the third week of the month, that's the deadline of sending your jars. And then
Okay.
and then the last week of the month, so the fourth week of the month, that's when the refill batches get delivered.
Okay.
So I work on a schedule kasi since candles need curating.
Right.
So usually Monday, Sunday, that's when I create the candles, and then I had deliver them on Friday, Saturday.
Right.
So parang the clients, medyo nag-aabang lang sila ng schedule, or minsan they message me like, hey, when's the schedule of the refills?
Yeah.
I need my candles refilled. So yun, basically they send it back. I clean it for them, wash everything, and then refill the candle and then send it back.
That's nice. That's nice. Like, how
Yeah.
many would you say, like, in terms of percentage, how many of your clients actually avail of the refill service?
The refill.
Yeah.
Usually maybe mga 40%.
That's not bad.
Kasi, yeah, not bad
Yeah.
talaga. Kasi usually I think candles are such a gifting
Yeah, yeah.
um
Item.
product,
Very
diba?
giftable
Yeah.
product. Yeah.
So parang I think yung mga nagigiftan, I think sila yung not much nagre-refill unless like they
Ah,
really like the candles
right.
or they really like the scent or whatever.
Yeah.
Pero ang na-notice ko is yung mga taong talaga who's really into candles are the ones who refill it, or maybe like people who are getting into home fragrances since
Right,
because
right.
during the pandemic, 'di ba, like we're all at home and parang they're exploring different
Yeah.
other things. Tapos other people got into it.
Do you
So,
also refill for, like, let's say they have an existing container and they want your candle in it? Would you refill that?
no, so yun, parang that's really, I'm strict about that only because one, yung size, it has a impact on the quality of the candle. So for
Right.
example, like yung circumference of your jar is
Yeah.
too big, the candle that I make, I have to adjust. I have to put
Yeah,
two
yeah.
wicks, three
Yeah.
wicks, or whatever. So it's gonna be hard on my production. And
Right.
syempre, pricing also will change.
Correct, correct.
Parang I would rather have them refill the candle from,
Yeah.
the jar that's from me.
You,
Para syempre din
mas
also,
alam mo na, no?
yeah. And
Yeah.
syempre, parang na-appreciate nila yung look of the candle. Kasi
Mm-mm.
syempre, anyone can just buy a glass and be like, hey, Ilka, can you refill this? Diba?
Yeah.
Actually, maraming nag-a-ask ng ganon
Mm-mm.
na parang can you refill yung mga jars ng
Yeah.
ng ibang candle, ganyan.
Yeah.
Pero yun, I'm strict talaga in saying na it's gonna affect the quality of your product. Magta-tunnel yan, or
Yeah.
yung burn niya mas mabilis.
Yeah.
So, ano yung factors. So, I'd rather keep the quality din naman.
Nice, nice. That's
Yeah.
kasi parang iba, if they're still starting out small, sige, let's go, let's get all of these, diba? Yung mga
Yeah.
ganun. So, in my head, parang, no, you don't do that. You're stretching yourself too thin, diba?
Yeah. Tsaka nawawala yung parang yung maybe quality or your
Right.
branding.
Yeah.
Nawawala.
In terms of sustainability, how do you incorporate it into your formulations? Do you also do that, like organic essential oils, or not?
Yes. So actually, when I started, I was keen on just doing organic natural oils or essential oils.
Yeah.
But eventually, as being in the business, na-realize ko na it's so limiting.
Yeah.
Plus, there's so many more scents out there in the fragrance oils category.
Yeah.
And so, kung if I tap into that as well, I'll be able to create more stuff, right? Like more blends. So, no, I'm not strict in using essential oils or just using fragrance oils. I use both.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give also importance to any. It's really more on the brief or like what I want to achieve.
Yeah.
But in terms of sustainability, yun, I also don't want to use na rin just organic, because a lot of people don't really notice or think about the whole process of organic essential oils or natural oils. But yun nga, it takes also a toll on land. It also takes a toll on crops and stuff like that. So for me, if hindi naman kailangan yung essential oils, we can always use the fragrance oils. Kasi there's also parang environmental impact in using organic oils. Other parts of sustainability, maybe like I still get from local suppliers to minimize carbon footprint, but I do understand naman na there are some notes that are not available here.
Correct.
So eventually I'll have to import some stuff.
You already mentioned about sustainability. What's your philosophy in terms of like creating the actual scents for your products? How do you come about it? How do you go about, I thought of this one, I want to make it into a candle or a diffuser.
Okay. So there are times especially before, during the pandemic, yung mas lockdown pa yung world.
Yeah.
There are nights that I would like I can't sleep.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just like and like imagine stuff, like imagine scents, and then like I'll be like, oh, what would it be like if I combine this and this? What if
Yeah,
what would it be
right.
like if I combine like a random woody to a random fresh, diba?
Right.
Like not something you would really put together, but sometimes yun, it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes, okay, so I have like a big mirror in my banyo. Minsan, I just get a whiteboard and
Mhm.
then put out different notes and then write
Ah.
down random recipes. So parang wala, just more of like throwing ideas out
Yeah.
lang. And eventually, yun, I would get to make a blend. I don't like yung when people tell me, hey, can you make me something like Chanel Chats?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't I feel like uniqueness is something important also. It's part of my brand core values. I want to set my brand or my products like different from others, because right now there's a lot of fragrance brands na same lang din yung binebenta niyang scent dun sa kunyari brand
Right.
X, brand
Yeah.
Y. Brand X and brand Y, different look, different everything.
Correct.
Pero same.
Correct.
So parang I would not want to do that because I want to put importance on the talent and the creation of any perfumer naman.
Yeah.
Like not just mine. And diba, for clients to appreciate na, hey, this was actually made from scratch.
Mhm.
So how my thought process usually is I think of moments and experiences.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm listening.
yeah. Yun, moments, experiences that remind me of a scent or vice versa. So either the scent reminds me of a moment or place, whatever, or the place reminds me of a note or
Yeah.
something. Then I work from that. Or I've had instances na it reminds me of a person
Mhm.
or like someone close to me. Usually is how I make scents also. For example, I have this scent called Camellia Bergamot Tea Tree. So that was made because my best friend super loved the scent na camellia. Like
Okay.
he would tell me na it's so bango, it's so fresh, ganito ganyan. So yun, I took it upon myself to create a scent, a blend that reflects what she likes and
Right.
also reminds me of her. Yun din. So yung mga another example for like my experience for creating scents via experiences or moments. I created this scent for a clinic. I think I sent you the
Which
parang
one here?
sample of that. Yung pure. It's so
Okay.
so baduy the name. I didn't know what
It's
to
okay.
name it yesterday. But
It's
anyway,
okay.
so yun, that scent was actually made for a clinic because they want it to be something light floral,
Right.
fresh, herby, ganyan. So that scent actually was inspired by this fragrance that cologne, actually. This cologne that I learned about during my stay in Gross. So that process was like that moment that I smelled it, like I really enjoyed it and I felt the same way as what the my client for the clinic
Right.
was trying to create
Great.
with the
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
Parang they wanted like a tranquil space na modern.
Correct.
Yeah, so parang yun yung basis ko for creating that scent
Kind of
pure. Yeah.
Second to the last question, what has been your most creative or unconventional fragrance creation? And like, is there an inspiration behind it also?
Probably yun the one I talked about kanina, yung si Pure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of, like, I think that's the first time I created a scent based on a memory that I had while smelling a different scent.
Right.
So I think that's one. I think how I made my pomelo blend, pomelo lavender mint. I
Oh,
think
okay.
that's the parang I just imagine what pomelo would smell like because I eat suha.
Yeah.
So parang it's always in my head, diba?
Yeah.
The smell, it's like
The smell.
nakatatak na siya dyan. Tapos lavender, I mean, who doesn't know what lavender
Mm-hmm.
smells
Mm-hmm.
like, right? And then mint, basic, something mint, right?
Yeah.
So, yun, parang naisip ko lang, pomelo lavender mint. Try ko nga, parang ganon.
Yeah. So,
So,
but I
I
guess
think, yeah,
that's also how people like perfumers create. Because if you don't really try it, you won't really know if it smells good or not.
yeah, being a perfumer, especially like having more knowledge now,
Mhm.
hindi ko pa rin matanggal yung trial and error
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are some it's more scientific, right?
Yeah.
Na you know nila timpla or the recipe, the formula,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's just like whatever goes.
Yeah.
So, and I think yun, I think I've embraced that na parang yes, minsan sayang,
Mm-mm.
yes, minsan hassle. Yung like kunyari vetiver mahal-mahal
Yeah.
tapos
Yeah.
tatapon mo lang din, 'di ba?
Correct. Correct.
Pero sometimes, 'di ba, like something beautiful can come out of it rin naman. So,
A lot of people like in their head, oh, it might smell weird, and then not go through with it, not knowing now it might be leading to something
being
good,
good.
right? So,
Yeah.
so that's one thing that a lot of people who are starting out in the business or in the creative process actually they don't want to experiment. Some of them because
Yeah.
of cost constraints. Sayang, di ba? Syempre, oils are
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
They're not cheap. And then some of them naman, they don't want to waste they don't want to waste their material. Konti lang meron sila. So like it's something
Oo.
that people have to be willing to do, right? To do some
Yes.
experiments and learn
I
how to fail as
think
well.
I guess it's worth it. It's worth
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Always naman. Even if it's
Yeah.
not a good batch, right?
Good.
Not
At
a
least
good
alam mo,
batch.
'di ba?
Yeah, you learn
Oo.
something from it eh. So next
Yeah.
time you know that, these two materials, they won't go together well.
Yeah, like you won't do it na again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks,
Yun.
Ilka. Lots of
Okay.
learning from your journey.
Oh, thank you.
Can you
Well, you were a
mention
big
your
part of my journey.
Actually, I remembered we went to lunch
UCC.
diba, in UCC
Yeah.
before all of this. Anyway,
Yeah.
can you mention all of your social media channels and then your website if you have any where people can get a hold of your product?
Okay, so you can reach me in mostly Instagram. So that's Instagram at Candles by Ilka. We also have a Facebook page that's not really used. So it's also Candles by Ilka. You can also reach me in Frankie and Friends. So we have a display there. Also at Likhaan, it's a website Southeast Asian creators. So that's www.likhaanph.com or www.likhaan.com. One of those.
One of those.
Yeah. But yeah, so mostly for collabs, customs. I also do get giveaway or PR packages.
Mm.
So you can just drop a message on Instagram.
All right. Thanks, Ilka, so much.
Thanks, Bernadette.
Thank you.